Morning guys, John here with SP California Bushcraft. Hope you're all doing well. Today for this episode we are going on an overnight adventure to Wheeler Gorge. While we're there we're also going to be checking out two new pieces of gear that I have that I'll be using today for the very first time. And along the way we'll also check out a few other little things at the campground. So stick around. I guess this will do for today. So obviously I'm not at Wheeler Gorge Campground. There was a slight change of plans. I found out that Wheeler Gorge is now not really, well, kind of a state park. So in other words, what that basically means is that you got to make your reservations on Reserve America. However, I did call ahead of time and I asked them if they had any spots open. They had 2 spots open. However, no charcoal or wood fires allowed in the campground due to the fire danger. So I decided to change my plans and come to a county campground. So instead, we're going to go ahead and hang out here at Denison County Park. Everything is still going to remain the same. We are going to stick with the original plan, which I'll go over a little later on. And then we're also going to go ahead and do a few other things with not only with the gear, but I'm also going to do 2 gear reviews on 2 new items that I recently purchased. So stick around with me. Let's enjoy the day. So right now, right where I am, I'm in a nice spot where I can go ahead and set the tent. There's plenty of leaf litter around. It's not so rocky. There's probably like a few little rocks and twigs. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is get the tent off the pack, start making a spot here, and get everything set up for camp. So stick around. Alright guys, so first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and get the tent set up here. I'm going to be sleeping in the tent tonight. I do have my hammock kit with me as well. I'm more than likely not going to sleep in a hammock, but I will set it up so that way I can just relax in it for a while. Beautiful day. It's sunny. It's not too warm. There's a nice breeze blowing, so it's going to be a perfect day for camping, especially on Labor Day. By the way, before I forget to mention, happy Labor Day to all you guys out there. Now the tent we're going to be sporting out, obviously you've seen me do a review on this. This is the Eureka Hamre Passe 2. Absolutely love this tent. A lot of fun to use, a lot of fun to set up. So I'm going to go and set up the ground tarp. A couple of things I do want to go ahead and mention while I'm getting everything ready here. I've been going through a lot of my gear recently over the last couple of days. And over the last few weeks, as a matter of fact, let's go and get this tarp set up here, this ground cloth set up here. Old shower curtain. Obviously there's going to be a lot of people coming down the pathway, but that's okay. This is a good spot. I couldn't turn it down. Now, where was I? Oh yes, getting back to my gear and everything. I've been going through a lot of my gear, kind of making some changes to my kits and changing out some different types of stuff that I have, including my sleep systems, packs, my cooking systems, knives, and a bunch of other gear that I have. And I'm going to be announcing I'm going to be doing a giveaway on some of that stuff. So in case you're wondering about the rules of the giveaway, we'll talk more about that a little bit later on in the video. In the meantime, first thing I want to go ahead and do, get this tent set up. cut. You have to bring your own firewood. You can't cut it. You gotta get the trees down. What I can do when I have them in the brand new tent stakes I have for this tent. And let me tell you, look at these things. These things are wicked. Just looking further down, there's another campsite a little down the path here that's got a water spout. So I'm going to need to get some water a little later on to do some cleaning. Clean up my dishes and all that. Now those particular tent stakes are very tough. They're very heavy duty. I'm considering taking them out and switching them to a different style of tent stake, which I'll show you guys later on here. Because one part of it that I have to use is I have to use an old pair of jeans, which denim material does work very well as a fire starting tool. So, guess we'll see. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and spend some time here, get the tent set up. And then once I get it set up, I'll bring you guys back. We'll talk more later. So I'll see you in a bit. using my East Winds hatchet to hammer the stakes in. The objective in this situation is to, at least for the front stakes, not to hammer them too far in. I want to be able to pull them out when I get ready to go home. You ever feel when you're doing this, especially when it comes to hammering stakes, that your arm feels like jello? I'm sure it does. Now the rain fly. next part set up. Got the tent set up. Now it's time to get the rest of the gear out. So as you did see first, I've got the East Winds hatchet. I've also got my clean canteen, stainless steel canteen bottle in this. Max Solution pouch. I've also got my saw, my Coretta hand saw. And of course, in its sheath, this is the Malcolm Cordaire's Laplander sheath. In this pouch right here, there's another thing of water, just in case I need it. In this pouch here, got a camp chair. Pack I'm using, this is the Isle Royale Bushcraft pack. Firebox stove. Black Owl Outdoors beanie. My Clupica bowl and my Kupsa. Another thing of water. My GoPro camera. Food. Got my clothes in this little bag here. Another municipal pouch. You've seen this one before. Cleaning cloth. My knife. This is the OKC Bushcrafter with my custom Kydex sheath by Doug Wilson. I'm gonna go and put this on right now. My lunch, French toast, ready to eat. I haven't eaten lunch yet, nor breakfast, so I'm hungry. Gerber shovel. Light my fire. Little plate cooks it. Little plate cook. Small little cook kit that I can use. Not really cook kit, but just to light my fire kit, which comes with spork, a utensils pouch, and a spice holder. Dry bag for my dry clothes. I might take the other bag out and just leave the dry bag in there. This roll-up sleeping bag, that wool blanket sleeping bag, also has an inflatable pillow. I have an inflatable in the pouch. hammock kit. Of course, all my cooking essentials. Bottom of it, there's another dry bag. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's another dry bag in there. This dry bag houses my sleeping bag. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do is have some lunch, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish getting set up here. Bring you guys back probably after I eat. Got stuck in the pouch. You know how some people feel about watching them eat, especially when they're camping or in the outdoors. But the reason why I brought to turn the camera back on is because I thought I'd talk about a few things here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm planning to do giveaways of some of the gear that I have that I'm not even going to be using anymore. The reason for that is because on some of the equipment that I do have, I am trying to go ultra light on my gear. I'm making changes and adjustments as I go. I also have some gear that I just simply don't really use anymore, and it's not really something I really want to keep with me. So I thought it'd be a good idea for me to go ahead and give it away. Now, you guys are probably thinking, okay, why would I want used gear? Well, because one, some of the gear that I am giving away, I haven't not really used that often, just because I found that it's something that isn't necessary for what I need it for. Also, the factor is that I'm getting older, so I need to start thinking about maybe lining up some of my gear a lot. You saw how much gear was actually in my pack, so some of this gear will stay, some of it will not. It just depends as to where I'm going to be and where I go. So let's go ahead and talk about how the giveaway works. So basically the way the giveaway works in this situation is that there's going to be multiple items that I have in my possession that I will be giving away. Now, the first question obviously you're going to be asking is, do I have to be a subscriber to participate in this giveaway? The answer is no. If you are a subscriber, great. If you're not a subscriber, that's okay. If you want to subscribe, you can. If not, that's also okay. It's all up to you. What do I need to do to try to win? Simple. All you basically have to do is leave a comment of what you like about the gear that you see. If it's something you're interested in, let me know. Go ahead and leave a comment on there, and I will pick a random winner every week. Giveaway videos will be up at least once every week. Once a winner has been found, I will announce it in another video. Basically, you'll have a full week to get in contact with me. And if you get in contact with me, send me your information, your name, your address, and I will ship you your items that you have won. Now, as I said, it could contain different kinds of items: knives, sleeping systems, a sleeping bag, nice, a tent, cooking kits. Let's see, knife sharpeners. Ooh, anybody out there could always use a good knife sharpener, right? items vary. It just depends as to what I'm going to be getting rid of as well. Even some paracord. Now, obviously these items are going to be used as part of this giveaway. But another thing I will also include is I will include one additional item that I have bought and paid for with my own money as a gift to you. Now, do you have to pay anything as far as shipping? The answer, no. I will ship all these items at my own expense to you wherever you are in the United States of America. This giveaway is only good for people here in the U.S. I might make some changes, I haven't decided yet. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So, I'm going to go and finish my lunch, get the rest of this gear put away. After I do that, we'll talk about the first initial new items I have that I'll be using today out here. So, stick around. By the way, these are really good. Close. Inflatable pillow. An additional pillow by Field and Stream. Go ahead and throw my clothes in the dry bag in there. yeah, I'm definitely gonna be sleeping good tonight. I think it'd be a good idea for me to go and start hauling the wood. Syrup. It happens. Almost there. Alright guys, so pretty much everything is pretty much set up. The only thing I got left to do is just set up the hammock so that way I can go ahead and take it a little easy for a little while. And the only other stuff that's left to set up as well is going to be my cooking kit, so I can get everything set up for dinner tonight. So what we're going to do for dinner, I'll show you that later. We're also going to be making some bannock, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then first thing we're going to go and talk about is one of the items that I'm going to be using with me on this trip. And it's going to be a brand new knife from Victoria Knives. This is actually a very, very nice knife. This is probably one of the nicest Victoria knives I have ever worked with. So get comfortable. Let's have a look at it now. bugs have been really starting to bother me, so I figured I'd go ahead and put some repellent on. So I got camp pretty much set up, ready to go. I did run into a few minor problems. The footage that I have for to set the hammock was actually perfect, but the issue I have is that the trunks are actually too fat for me to be able to put the hammock into a good spot to where I can set it and lay in it. There are a couple of other nice places across the street where I can go if I wanted to, if I could go set the hammock, or I can keep it close to the camp, but it's alright, we won't use the hammock this time. So it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's about 3:45 right now. So I got pretty much everything set up. I got me some small pieces of wood here for tinder to use to help me get my Firebox stove going for my meal tonight. Needless to say, what we're going to use to cook the food with is going to be a new skillet from Self-Reliance Outfitters from Dave Canterbury. This is the stainless steel pocket skillet. I'll talk more about this later on when the time comes for us to start cooking. So like I said, I'm going to be cooking up some bison meat, and then I also have some rice. I'm going to cook in with that as well, some refried rice. I'm also going to make a dessert style bannock, so I'm going to try and get all that done before the day's over. So probably as soon as we get to about 4:45, around 4:30, that's when I'll start getting everything else set up and start getting ready for dinner. Meantime, let's go ahead and set up this guy. This is the Quadra Thermarest portable chair. Very nice chair, very durable. Actually, I do like this chair. So I'll start getting everything else set up ready for dinner. Once I do that, bring you guys back, we'll start cooking up a meal. Alright guys, so this is the Victorinox Ranger Grip 79 pocket knife. And this is probably one of the nicest knives I've ever seen ever come out from Swissgear, from Victorinox ever. This knife represents 3.9 inch one hand locking blade. You've also got a few other items here. Let's go ahead and get that stuff here. Got a can opener, corkscrew, an awl, sorry, I had to take my hat off. You got a Phillips flathead screwdriver, bottle opener, wire, and a wire trimmer, key ring. We've also got a saw blade, so that's definitely a nice feature. Tweezers and a toothpick. Now the first thing that came to my mind when I first saw this thing is just simply wow. I mean, Victorinox has really done a great job over the year with their products. They've also done some very unique product configurations, and this is by far the nicest one I've ever seen before. So if we put everything back the way it was, now as you can see, the knife blade locks really very well. It's very good, grippy handle. It feels very good in the hand. Now here's a little trick to unlock this. Now when I first tried this out, I thought, okay, I'm going to have to put my fingernail in here just to be able to get the blade unlocked. No, I don't want that. But then I saw a trick. You press down here on the Victorinox symbol. Voila. It actually punches down. I don't know if you can see that, but it actually drops down to release the blade. I'll show it again. See that? Now that is definitely a very nice feature to have. Let's go ahead and change the camera angle here, and then we'll go ahead and do a little bit of testing with this, with the blade and with the saw. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the knife blade, shall we? I love the fact that it locks into place. A couple of other good things too is got a nice 90-degree spine, so which means that you probably could go ahead and strike a ferro rod with this, especially the fact that it locks. You can't really do that with any other Victorinox pocket knife that I've seen unless you have the awl. So this is going to be the first official field test. Wow. Look at that. Oop. Oh, the bark actually came on. Look at that. Very nice feather sticks. Not feathers for a feather stick, not bad. So wow, these blades really do come pretty sharp when especially if you get them at REI. That's where I actually found this particular one. Now, let's go ahead and try the saw, shall we? So again, put the bottom in. Close it. This is designed for one-hand operation. Now this one does not lock into place, but that's okay. Look at that. Oops. I didn't even apply that much pressure to it. I barely apply pressure using the saw blade on this. So that is definitely very, very cool. So what are my overall impressions so far like about it? So far with the Victorinox, I actually do like it. Would I consider this an everyday carry accessory? The answer is absolutely yes, because one good thing about this particular one is that the fact that the blade actually locks into place. So that gives you the ability to strike a ferro rod if you carry a ferro rod in your pack. And also too, the fact that the blade comes very sharp. And that's actually very sharp. And that's actually the sharpest I've seen so far on a particular Victorinox knife that comes from a retail store like REI. That is very nice. I'm going to go ahead and do that again here. Look at that. I'm not even applying that much pressure. Just very lightly. And it's actually cutting right through. Wow. So overall, I really do like this one. Also too, I like the fact that when you push down on the red cross here, if you can see that actually what allows you to go ahead and close the blade. Another good factor about it is the very good grippy handle. Feels very comfortable in your hand. Now let's talk about the price. Now when I bought this at REI, I did buy this, nobody gave it to me, I bought this with my own money. When I bought this blade at REI, this cost me $59.99 for the blade, for this particular item itself. Now when I bought, sorry, it's getting a little warm from all the work I've been doing so far. Now I did research this further on to see where else I could find this. I actually did find this particular one at Amazon for around $45.99. That is still not a bad deal. It's only $15 less, and plus too, you also got free shipping, so that's actually not a bad deal at all. I don't know what the price is now. I haven't checked recently, but you know what? Let's have a look. Since I have my phone here, let's have a look and see what the price is of it right now, shall we? Let's see, we have Ranger Grip. This is the 79. Okay, so typically you can find the most expensive that you see this one on Amazon with the red handles. It's going to be around $450, $650. There's another one that does sell it for $46, $47. If you get the different color handle, the different color handles start you off at about $44, $31, which is going to be the green and black color. Average price for this particular knife on Amazon right now is anywhere from $38.99 to $56.99. So that is actually not a bad deal. I should have considered buying it at Amazon versus getting it at REI, but still, I do like this knife a lot, so it was definitely worth it. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of this particular one. First off, the pros. I love the fact that this particular Victorinox comes with a very sharp blade. It is very rare that you ever buy Victorinox from any camping store like Dick's Sporting Goods, even Sport Chalet when they were here, and Sports Authority when they were here, that you find a knife that is sharp like this Victorinox. So that is definitely a very, very great feature. Second thing I also like about this one is that this one does come with a saw, so that's also another great feature. And also the fact that you have this on a key ring, that is also very cool. Now, how about the cons? Not really that many cons, in all honesty. I mean, I think the only con that I would say on this particular one is I would say, actually there is one con in particular only, and this is the only con that I can think of. Many of the Victorinox Swiss Army knives that you come across will always have a Phillips screwdriver. This particular one here only has a flathead. That's okay though, because I do know for a fact that I do have a little tool thing on my keyring that has a Phillips screwdriver as well as a flathead. But still, would still be a great product to have. Now, pricing point, again, that may be a con if you buy it through iRei. It's $59.99, but as you saw, I found it on Amazon anywhere from $38.99 all the way up to around $56.99. So still a good deal for this particular blade overall. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I just absolutely love this thing. This is definitely, I would actually consider this at least an 8. 8.5, 8 to an 8.5, definitely. Just because of the style, the fact that it's got a nice locking blade, comes very sharp grip. It's got a very good grippy handle, especially with the size of my hand. So it fits in my palm very well. Came very sharp. Wow, even the tip's sharp too. If you look at that tip, completely 100% straight, so I like it. So this is definitely a great product. So I'm going to keep using this one today as well as my OKC Bushcrafter. So these are the two knives that I'll now carry with me when I go into the field, when it comes to going camping. So let's see what else we got going on for today, shall we? I love this thing. I absolutely do. Alright, you guys, so it's about that time to go ahead and get everything ready for dinner. Actually, I was wrong. This took out about another half an hour left. I guess I'm just anxious to eat. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and bust out the firebox stove here. Now, if any of you guys do have a firebox and you don't have one of these, highly suggest you get one of these. They really do work. Two extra fire sticks with me in case I need them. Popped out the fire plate. I don't really need this. So the way it's going to work is I'm actually going to set the stove up on the fire pit. So that way any ashes that I have, they'll just fall into the pit. Now what I want to go ahead and do, got some pieces of birch bark here, just the skin. Now what I've actually done is I've covered the bottom portion of the stove here with the bark. Now what I'm going to start doing here is start blowing up a few of these small twigs Need some leaves. That should be enough. And then I've got a few more pieces of the birch bark left, so I'm going to lay that on top. And I'll leave one piece of birch bark right there on the center there. Let me see if you guys can actually see that, what I'm doing there. And of course you cannot, so I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer here. So as you can see, I've got a small piece of birch bark right there. And the reason for that is because I'm going to put a piece of wet fire, I'm going to put a cube of wet fire right on the top there. And I'm also going to use my Victorinox knife to create a some wood shavings from a piece of fat wood that I have. Got another good sized piece of wood that I can use. I can throw in this guy. So that'll be a portion of the stove there. And then I do have some additional firewood in my firewood pile that I brought with me, to at least go ahead and make sure that I can get a good fire, nice fire going. That way I can go ahead and make dinner here. So that's pretty much a setup. I've also got my fire bag. So bring you guys back in about another 30 minutes or so. Actually, sun's starting to go down a little bit more now. I think the bison might take a little bit of time for it to cook. So what we'll go ahead and do is wait a little longer, get this fire going, and then I'll start cooking the food and show you and talk to you more about my new frying pan. So stick around. Alright guys, we pretty much got everything set up. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and start making some shavings with this fat wood here, with the Ranger grip knife here. And once we do that, we'll go ahead and we'll set a piece of wet fire right there on top of the piece of birch bark. Get this fire started. Looks pretty good. Caught me a little bit right in the hand there. Alright, so that's going out pretty good. So the skillet that we're going to go ahead and use to put the food in is going to be this skillet right here. This is the Pathfinder. This is the Pathfinder folding skillet. This is an 8-inch skillet. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's also got the Pathfinder logo on it. Oops. My bad. So it does have the Pathfinder logo on the back here. I'm going to flip it around here. That way you guys can see that. So you're basically looking at about, this is a stainless steel skillet, 14.8 ounces, locks down really good, so it's not going to go anywhere, not going to pop out on me unexpectedly. A lot of bikers coming through here today. Well, so they don't bother me. Next thing I want to go in and do is get the, whoop, ow, that hurt. Kind of caught me there. Oh, okay. So I want to go ahead and get these fire sticks on the top. I want to go and get the skillet on there and get everything warmed up. I'm going to go and move. I've got the food, my dinner in the lunch pail here. I'm going to move this over to the floor here. Ay, Chihuahua. There it goes. I couldn't get the spotter to pop open here. Get some olive oil in the pan here, get this thing nice and hot. gonna change position here of the stove here a little bit here. Ah, that's better. Or not. Crap. Frying pan warmed nice and warm here. I'm gonna go and start. It's actually about ready. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, that hurt. So I'm gonna go and cook this up and get this ready. I'll bring you guys back when it's ready. When it's just about there. So far, the meat's cooking pretty good. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of seasoning. Yeah, no, maybe not too much. A little bit of salt. Well, I just that should go. That's really good. So once this is done, the next ingredient we're going to put into this is going to be the rice. Let that warm up with the meat for a little while. and then this delicious dinner will be ready to eat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get this thing finished getting this ready, throw the rice in. After I throw the rice in, I'll bring you guys back when everything's complete so far. Packers are still coming through little by little. The good news is though is that my dinner is actually just about done. Alright, that's going to do it. Give this a try here. Nice and warm and perfect. So I'm going to move the position of the camera here, bring it over to the table. I'm going to start eating because I'm hungry. Oh. Wow, look how black the plane got. Well, that's pretty much dinner for right now. I was planning to make a bannock tonight, but I'm like too tired and I just want to eat and then relax the rest of the evening. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to save the bannock for tomorrow morning. Maybe. That is good though. So I'm gonna go and sit here and enjoy my meal. If I decide to do the bannock, I'll bring you guys back and I'll make it. Well, I was going to go ahead and make some bannock, but it is actually getting very late. It is actually getting late right now. I'll fix the camera a little bit. There we go. That's better. So it is actually getting pretty late, and not to mention, it is starting to get cool down around here. So basically what I want to go ahead and do is go ahead and get stuff ready for a fire. You know, right now on the firebox stove, I've got my pot on there. I'm boiling up some water for some tea. So I'm just going to save this for tomorrow. This is going to be part of my morning breakfast tomorrow. We're going to do some bannock mixed in with oatmeal. And I've also got some oatmeal in here for breakfast, as well as some bacon and eggs for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go and start putting some stuff away here, get cleaned up a little bit, bring you guys back when we get ready to get a fire going. I'm tired. Excuse me. I have to say, for its first official field test, this knife was done very, very well. Now granted, I've used my other knife, my bushcrafter knife for a long time, the OKC bushcraft knife for a while. I haven't shown it much on video just because I've been testing it to make sure I'm not missing anything. I want to make sure the review is just perfect when I do it. I'll be doing another review on this knife again later on down the line. This is the all-weather fire starter, and it's got a compass as well as a thermometer. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right now on the thermometer it says it's about 70 degrees, almost 70 degrees outside. So that's not bad. say though, it is a beautiful night for a fire. Taking a little bit of time for this fire to kind of perk up here a little bit. Probably not the best type of wood to try to make feather sticks with. It cuts great with a knife, but man, if I was sticking in this type of wood, real pain. Can't believe it did that. Wow. Checking my tip on my knife, making sure I didn't mess it up, but it's still perfect. Saving a couple of pieces of firewood for tomorrow, so that way I can use it in the firebox for tomorrow for my breakfast. I already know what you're thinking. Why am I using a plank to keep the blade protected? Well, because I really don't have anything I can use for a plank right now. So I'm being extra cautious as I'm going through. There we go. Let's go ahead and use the hatchet for this one here. They say that there are some people out there that are afraid to mess up your cutting tools, especially when you're working especially on a piece of stone like this. Now the way I see it, as long as you have a good control, you know what you're doing, and if you know how to use your blade very well, you can keep it protected. Plus, too, with me, I always bring a sharpener and a strop with me. I do have the strop in my fire kit. I didn't have to use it today. These pieces are good size. I do want them to go ahead and knock them down just a little bit more with a knife. Now, granted, when doing this, I could use my hatchet to bang on the knife, but I don't want to use too much power. One thing I've done over the years is that I underestimate just how much power I use. So I'm gonna go and finish this step. I'm gonna carve this down a little bit more with a saw, and then after I do that, get a fire going. It's getting cool around here. Got this fire going pretty good now. Not bad for a good day. Both the frying pan on its first day out. I mean my skillet, not the frying pan, sorry. I keep getting this one mixed up, I don't know why. Anyway, both the skillet and of course my new knife, the Victoria knives. They both work really well. I'm very happy about it. Definitely no argument there. They work very well. Water tastes good. Now, you saw obviously when I had my dinner, I was having water as well. Well, after I got done with dinner, I was going to make a bannock, but I changed my mind at the last minute. Just because it was getting dark, I decided to go ahead and just make some tea. That's okay, it's boiling enough for me though. I ain't complaining. I'm glad you guys got to come out here with me. Today was a good day. Although I couldn't get to go to the campground that I wanted to go to because they don't allow fire because of the fire danger around here in California right now. Which I can understand. It's nice to come to Denison County Park and be able to relax and enjoy it. The campground's actually full this time. I'm really surprised. But I'm glad it is though. I'll probably take one more drive around the loop before I go home. In case you guys are wondering too, this is going to be my last outing of the season. I've done a few other outings before. This will definitely be my last one. Just because I've got a lot of stuff coming up for the next couple of months. This will actually be my last, not outing. This will be my last overnight adventure. Now, I will still be going hiking and doing some gear reviews, including the giveaway. Definitely don't want to forget that. So I'm looking forward to winter. Winter's going to be a good time of the year where you can go hiking and it's not, the weather's not so bad, it's not so hot outside. The weather's pretty decent. There's Young couple just about one side away from Marianne right now. Interesting thing is that in that is that they're playing cards beyond the fireball. Well, some people got their own ways of enjoying camp. Me? Nothing more better than sitting out next to a nice warm fire. And it feels good too. Bring you guys back when I about getting ready to go to bed. Not much else for me to talk about, nothing much for me to mention. See you guys in a bit. Morning, guys. So it's about 10 minutes till 7. I had a pretty good night's sleep. Woke up early in the morning though and I had to go to the bathroom, but I did sleep good. So nothing to complain about that. Went ahead and went to the water spout and got some water. So that way I can go ahead and wash dishes as I'm done here. Basically what I'm doing right now is getting the firebox stove ready. I'm going to go ahead and fix up some breakfast. First things first though, let's eat some coffee. So for this one, we're just going to use a cube of wet fire just to get this fire going. I know they say it's a good idea just to use only a portion of the cube instead of the whole cube, but that's okay. I'm gonna do it this way. Now this morning for breakfast we're gonna whip up some oatmeal, as well as some bacon and eggs this morning. Going to be a good meal. Now besides the oatmeal, I've also got another extra package of oatmeal here. Part of this is going to go in my breakfast, the other part of it's actually going to use it for my bannock breakfast from my bannock mix this morning. Still some. That was bound to happen. Maybe a little too much oatmeal, but that's okay. And what I buy is that it's good for the body and the soul. sun got my face. Oh, wind got my face. You notice this time I'm not cooking it on a fire pit. We're gonna try the ash pan on this thing. I've never used the ash pan on it. I'm gonna go and get this fire going some more. Once I get it completely going, I'll bring you guys back. No, actually, no, you can stay. There we go. Now that's a good fire. So I'm gonna get the water boiling. I'll bring you guys right back. Got a nice rolling boil now. Oh man. Nothing like a nice warm cup of coffee to wake you up in the morning. Gotta get some more water. So lucky for me, there's a drain. There's a drain thing not that far away because I need the water to make bannock. So right back. All right, we got ourselves a nice rolling boil. May have overdid it a little bit. Can't ask for any better than that. I'm going to enjoy this. Bring you guys back when I get ready to do bacon and eggs. All of a sudden it just started getting cold around here.
Now, you guys probably noticed I took out a steel cup. Well, the reason for that is because I use this for two things. One, to cook food if I need to, and two, scramble the eggs. And to also, oh, third thing, warm up some water for tea. I'll tell you guys, if you're looking for an easier way to haul condiments like sugar and creamer for your coffee, it's always good to have with you old pill bottles. Surprisingly, no, there's not a lot of activity going on around here for this early in the morning. get this fire going. I'll start making the bacon in a minute. Alright guys, well the good news is now is I got the fire going pretty good. It's time to throw in some bacon. Let's get the blaze specialist. Very good. Starting to smell really good. You know, I've always been amazed that whenever I go camping, especially if I'm going to like a county campground, even just a regular state campground. It's always interesting to see how many truckers actually not truckers, bikers actually come to these campgrounds. Very cool. Oh, wow. Ooh, where are my eyes? Oh, better get a plate. Ah! Shit. You know, when it comes to bacon, I always seem to mess it up. Oops. Shit. Come on. I'll be back. Had a bit of a minor accident just a little bit ago. Everything's okay though. A little bit of a small grease fire. Bacon came out a little burned, but still pretty good. Give that some time to kind of cook it down a little bit more, so I can at least get a good amount of the grease off. Alright guys, so I got bacon and eggs ready. I'm going to go and eat. Bring it back if I decide to mix it back. Trying to clean up a little bit as much as I can right now while I have the chance to, before I start doing anything else. So I finally made my decision, and the answer is yes, I am going to try and do a bannock recipe here. Did finish up all the coffee. So basically what we got in this sack here is another cook kit. This is my baking kit. Now for something like this, if you don't have them, you do need a good pair of gloves. So the lid here of my little pot is going to go on the bottom here, face up. Try and get this fire nice and hot so that way this thing can bake. While it's baking, I'm going to start by pouring just a little bit of flour. Followed by a little bit of water. Now there is nothing in this. There is nothing in this particular recipe. Just simple. Any flour I have left, I'll just store. I'll just toss it. I'm not gonna take it back with me. Sorry about that, guys. My camera battery had died. So I've got the dough now set up in my little frying pan. Now what I want to go ahead and do is put this right on top just like that. There we go. Now we're going to let that cook for about, I don't know, depending on the thickness of the dough, it's good thickness, so we're probably going to let it cook for about a good, probably about a good 15 minutes or so on each side. So we'll let that cook up, put the other battery away. And while that's cooking up, I'm going to go ahead and clean up around the camp a little bit here. It's almost time for me to get ready to go home. Well, this is the turnout. Didn't work out as quite as planned, but of course, in my case though, I didn't really put that many ingredients. I just wanted to try it out. I hate to admit, the one I made before actually came out better than this. Tastes better too. Blah. Anyway, so it didn't work out the way I thought it would as far as the bag is concerned. Bacon and eggs, though, worked out perfectly in the long run. What I'm gonna go and do is let the fire burn down here and then start cleaning up. See you in a bit. So the only thing that's pretty much left now to pack up is my camp chair, which is what I'm going to do right now, and of course my tent. So once I get all that stuff done, I'll be ready to go. So, let's see. Was I going to say anything else? Yeah. This has actually been a good summer. Been slow. Yeah, I've got a good job that I love. I got my beautiful family. I got my beautiful daughter. It's been a great year, so I can't really complain about it. And this trip was a lot of fun. Glad I got the chance to get away for a little while, and I'm glad I got the chance to spend time with you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish packing up, and then once I get packed up, I'll bring you guys back. So give me a couple more minutes here. You guys are probably wondering, why don't I just put the tent stakes in my tent? Well, the reason for that is because I have a different style of stakes at home, so I want to try that. I also changed the dry bags too. The sleeping bag now fits perfectly in this dry bag, and then the other dry bag's got my cooking utensils in there. Everything's all packed up. I just gotta get the stuff in the car and get my caboose on home. So all in all, this was definitely a good trip. It was a lot of fun. Oh, that feels good. Yeah, all in all, this is definitely a great trip. A lot of fun. Bugs being pressed. I'm still working out here. So now it's time for me to go home and unpack, and then I got stuff to do at the house. Boring, I know, but at least I'll get a good rest. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it's time for me to pretty much say adios, amigos. So, appreciate you all joining me today for this overnight adventure at Denison County Park. Sorry the plans had to change. All in all, though, it was still worth it. Had a great spot. Slept really good last night. All the gear that I had worked perfectly. The only thing that I think turned out really terrible was the bannock.
So I'm going to have to experiment some more with the bannock bread recipes and see what else I can do with that. Anyway, though, I appreciate you all joining me for this overnight adventure. Thank you very much for watching. This is John with SB California Bushcraft. Be safe, be well, enjoy the outdoors, and stay safe. So long.